Ain't my problem.
Enjoy your last moment.
Ah, come on! Again? You half-breed. This ain't for me. Damn it! Ain't my problem. You damn eunuch! Damn it! Again? This is the dumbest thing you've ever done.
You gonna start using that gun?
Welcome back, friend. Hey,
Don't
now.
think there's
Last
any
thing I
reason
need
to
is
have
some
the rest.
around in here.
Oh my God!
Please, help!
Don't think of coming back here
Christ!
till you get some damn manners.
This ain't...
I'm not ready! Jesus! Won't you leave away from me? Help me!
Ah, come on! Again?
Whoa. Just...
Come on! Dumb as a mule tied me up. A problem. Well, shit! This is the dumbest thing you've ever done. You half-breed. This ain't for me. You half-breed. You must be dumb as a mule tying me up. Thank you.
I wasn't expecting company. Cell's over there. That is what they're worth.
What is progress? Progress is investing in the future. It is connected to life. It is feeling at home in a global community. Progress is creating the environment to make opportunities possible. Qatar. Exciting opportunities await.
Hi, my name is Tony Cooper, and I'm going to tell you about exciting Medicare Advantage plans that can provide broad coverage and still may save you money on monthly premiums and prescription drugs. With Original Medicare, you're covered for hospital stays and doctor office visits, but you have to meet a deductible for each, and then you're still responsible for 20% of the cost. Next, let's look at a Medicare supplement plan. As you can see, they cover the same things as Original Medicare, and they also cover your Medicare deductibles and co-insurance. But they often have higher monthly premiums and no prescription drug coverage. Now, Let's take a look at Humana's Medicare Advantage plan. With a Humana Medicare Advantage plan, hospital stays, doctor office visits, and your original Medicare deductibles are covered. And of course, most Humana Medicare Advantage plans include prescription drug coverage, with no copays or deductibles on Tier 1 prescriptions, and $0 for routine vaccines, including shingles, at in-network retail pharmacies. In fact, in 2021, Humana Medicare Advantage prescription drug plan members saved an estimated $9,600 on average on their prescription costs. Most Humana Medicare Advantage plans have coverage for vision and hearing, and dental coverage that includes 2 free cleanings a year, plus dentures, crowns, fillings, and more. And most plans include a Silver Sneakers Visit program at no extra cost. You get all of this for as low as a $0 monthly plan premium in many areas. And your doctor and hospital may already be a part of Humana's large network. There is no obligation, so call the number on your screen right now to see if your doctor is in our network, to find out if you could save on your prescriptions and to get a free decision guide. Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
Everyone remembers the moment they heard I have cancer. How their world and when they felt away. For some, this is where their Keytruda story began. Keytruda, a breakthrough immunotherapy for many treated certain cancers. One of those cancers is advanced non-squamous non-small cell lung cancer, where Keytruda is approved to be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment if you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene.
Keytruda helps your immune system fight cancer. It can also help your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body. This can happen during or after treatment and may be severely lead to death.
Oh, hell!
See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath,
not
chest pain,
again!
diarrhea, severe stomach pain or tenderness, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or boredom, confusion or memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching or flushing. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about
your
all
life.
the medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant, or plan to have a stem cell transplant, or have radiation to your chest area or a nervous system condition.
Today, Keytruda is FDA approved to treat 16 types of advanced cancer and is being studied in hundreds of clinical trials, exploring ways to treat even more types of cancer. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. See the different types of cancer Keytruda is approved to treat at Keytruda.com and ask your doctor if Keytruda can be part of your story.
When you can't watch, listen. Get the latest news, business, and news headlines on SiriusXM. Anytime, anywhere. Fox
Just
News
my
Audio
luck,
on
it happened
SiriusXM. America is listening.
Jesus, what?
Amazing video shows NASA astronauts space expedition 68 flight engineer Spencer power generating capability by up to 30%. Another spacewalk is set for December 19th to do that mission on the ISS. Back here on Earth, in Hawaii, the world's biggest active volcano, Mauna Loa, continues to spew lava after it began erupting several days ago. The flow has slowed, but concerns are rising. The lava could soon hit roads and schools.
Timing now!
Weather correspondent Max Warren
For me.
The wind and clouds now shroud Mauna Loa, but underneath the clouds, lava continues to creep along, albeit very slowly. The U.S.
She doesn't look like he's very smart, but okay.
Moving at only 30 feet per hour. It's made it about 2.5 miles away from the Saddle Road, the main road that connects Kona and Hilo. Right now, the road remains open. The eruption of Mauna Loa began Sunday, the first time the world's largest active volcano has erupted since 1984. Since then, lava has been spewing from fissures on the volcano, drawing visitors and locals to see the awe-inspiring glow of lava. Scientists say they don't know how long this eruption will last. Currently, void or volcanic smog
not again!
Folks here is caused by the gases that are being emitted from the volcano and can potentially be harmful. Officials are currently monitoring air quality levels. And while the Daniel K. NOA highway could eventually be in the path of the lava, no evacuation orders needed to be issued and no homes are currently threatened. A relief to the said the initiative. There was a little bit of fear for eruption that downstorm
where it's at now, I just feel relieved that we're not going to be jeopardizing anybody's homes. People will be able to, go about their business.
No plans to close the Daniel J. Highway, also known as Saddle Road, if the lava does come so close. If lava inundates the highway, then workers will wait for it to cool, and then they'll use heavy machinery to either remove the newly formed rock, or they'll just build a new roadway right on over the lava flow. Brian, back to you.
Fox Weather's Max Gordon. Thank you. Fox report. Going back in a moment.
All across the country, people are working hard to build a better future. But we're hard at work, helping them achieve financial freedom.
Filthy little rat.
From the plain to the coast, we help Americans invest for their future and help communities thrive. Invested in the future of Americans. BlackRock.
Consumer Cellular has the best customer service.
They care about the customer.
The best price with the best quality.
The prices, the coverage.
Consumer Cellular provides the exact same premium coverage as the nation's leading carriers, and while prices rise, ours are dropping. Get unlimited talk and text with a flexible data plan starting at $20 a month.
Untie me now!
Ice cream for the price of one.
Switch today and save up to half on your wireless. Add extra lines anytime for just $15 each. Call or go online.
Hi,
And
William
who
Devane
is
here.
this?
It's the
William
Medicaid
Devane.
annual
To make
You
your
drinking?
report, and this year it's simple. 1. Before the deadline, call
There
the
you
number
go.
at the bottom of your screen. 2. Check your zip code for a Medicare Advantage plan with $0 premiums, prescriptions, dental care, and the benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every month. 3. You'll find out what you're eligible for. The annual enrollment period has a deadline, so don't delay. Call now.
I called to find a plan that covers more of my dental expenses.
I call every year to make sure my doctor is still in my plan. I call to see if my zip code has a plan with a benefit that adds money back to my Social Security check. I call every year.
Call to find out the changes to your plan and see if you're eligible. The annual enrollment period has a deadline. Don't delay. Call now.
Call 1-800-439-4500. That's 1-800-439-4500 now.
Man of the house, Kevin McCarthy outlines his viruses, bacteria. Germs destroyed, droplets and allergens terminated in their tracks.
Damn it all!
Whoa, breathing again. More than 1,000 5-stars on Amazon, so approved by you. My Pure Mist, the best thing to happen to breathing, period. And yet, all the best retailers have it. Do it.
I'm not a doctor. I'm not even in the hospital. I'm standing on the street talking to real people about their heart. How's your heart?
My heart's pretty good.
You sure?
I think so.
How do you know? When you're driving a car, you have to check engine light. But the heart doesn't have a hey, check heart sign. I want to show you something. Put both fingers right on those pads. There you go. In 30 seconds, we're going to have a medical grade EKG reading. There it is. That is you. Look at that.
With KardioMobile, the FDA-cleared personal EKG device, you can take a medical-grade EKG in just 30 seconds from anywhere. KardioMobile is proven to detect atrial fibrillation, one of the leading causes of stroke, and it's the only personal EKG that can also detect normal heart rhythm, bradycardia, and tachycardia.
How much do you think this device costs?
Probably $1,000.
$99.
Wow, that's impressive. For a limited time only, KardioMobile is just $79. Don't wait. Order today on Amazon or KardioMobile.com.
World Cup run comes to an end after just one knockout game. They lost 3-1 today to the Netherlands, who wrote a pair of first-half goals to a strong finish. The U.S. ranked 16th in the world came into the match with high hopes of reaching the last 8 of the World Cup for the first time in 20 years. But the 8th-ranked Netherlands just too strong. They would You can catch all of the action, as always, on Fox Sports. Here are some of the other headlines from around the globe. In the Gulf of Oman, U.S. naval forces seized more than 1 million rounds of ammunition and other illegal weapons from a fishing vessel on a route from Iran to Yemen. The U.S. Navy says Iran may have been unlawfully transporting the materials to Houthi rebels. In China, officials say several major cities will no longer require a negative COVID test to use public transportation. This after widespread protests against the country's COVID policies. In South Korea, thousands of union workers rallied in support of an ongoing trucker strike. The strike, which calls for a stronger minimum pay system, has cost more than $1.2 billion in lost shipments. In Italy, demonstrators led by a labor union gathered in Rome to protest against Russia's war on Ukraine and high inflation. In Vatican City, officials unveiled the 2022 nativity scene at the annual Christmas tree lighting ceremony in St. Peter's Square. And in the West Bank, the city of Bethlehem also held its tree lighting ceremony outside the city's Church of the Nativity. And that's a look at some stories from around the globe. Everyone knows, by the way, the holidays mean filling boxes and wrapping presents. Coming up, we'll introduce you to a leopard that's really getting into the spirit. Stay tuned.
Oh my gosh, isn't that funny to see?
It must be a whole cat thing, you know?
Research shows people remember commercials with nostalgia. So to help you remember that Liberty Mutual customizes your home insurance, here's one that'll really keep you up.
Wow, what'd you get for you? That's what I told you. From Liberty Mutual. And what did you get, Ryan?
Only pay for what you need.
Vehicles come in all different sizes, yet ordinary windshield foam holders are one size fits all. Does that make sense? No, but this does. The adjustable windshield foam from WeatherTech. It extends and retracts for a perfect fit in any vehicle. Plus, a quick release test for easy one-handed in and out. And for kids, use it in the backseat too. Comes with short, medium, and telescopic arms to fit any vehicle. Order the American-made windshield foam at WeatherTech.com. Even makes a nice holiday gift.
This is an important message for everyone on Medicare. Attention everyone on Medicare. Today we are talking about Medicare Part C. If you don't have a 2023 Medicare Advantage Part C plan, call now because there may be plans with extra benefits simply not covered under Medicare Parts A and B. Everyone on Medicare is encouraged to call now. If you don't have a Medicare Part
Well, the chairs have to reach my legs, so.
I'm going to get you bed, my hand down here and hand a little bell. Oh, my mama, be quiet. Let me be quiet. But on my mama, you got a little big ass Gary Carter pillar out here, bro, man. I'm going to handle it. Everybody gets big up. Now, they say it in street terms. Before you know it, guys have a come out here and take it to the fucking valley. Because I'm running the valley right now. On my mom, I run the whole Antelope Valley. The whole. Now, the person that's talking is the guy on the lower right side of the screen.
This nigga is definitely not like the Migos. He ain't gonna die, and none of his music's gonna be on #1 Billboard.
Right. I'm glad that your song, but if I did one song with him, I'm gonna go post it because it's done.
Why do you think I'm putting this out the music video with the Island Boys? I ain't getting nobody alive. Fucking right.
That nigga was a dead bitch. Massive amount of money showing up. You know the reason why I killed Eric Gordon? Let me tell you, I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail.
The hell are you watching?
NFL.
From when she told CBS just a few weeks ago that there's no basis for an investigation. Yep, she caved faster than Jerry Nadler on a hunger strike. I haven't seen a reversal like that since Britt Hume wrestled Tyrus. I think they were wrestling. Of course, the White House is pissed. The White House is pissed because now that Elon owns it, they know they can no longer control the site's narrative. Elon said yesterday that before he bought Twitter, the obvious reality was that Twitter has interfered in elections through content moderation. And now Twitter's old content moderator admits that was wrong. He's referring to the censorship of the New York Post blurb about Hunter Biden's laptop. You know, all the Franklin show would be stinking up the Oval Office with emissions created by chasing crab paste with vanilla and Shure.
Is it the one where you come down around that sharp corner, maybe? And you can't tell because
Then
it's
there's
Franklin
Liz
side.
Warren imploding.
Are they going down? Like, I
When
can't tell
asked
because
about
somebody's car.
Elon.
Republicans say that Democrats are picking on Elon Musk. Elon Musk is doing just well. But do you think that users have a right to freedom of speech, even if what they're saying is wrong or offensive?
I think that one human being should not decide how millions of people communicate with each other. One human being should not be able to go into a dark room by himself and decide, oh, that person gets heard from, that person doesn't. That's not how it should work.
And there she goes. You ever notice how these politicians are always in a hurry, but nothing ever gets done? Where are they going? Where's she going? No! She's either late for a committee hearing or she has a tiny bladder. Anyway, she's as bitter as a bowl of peyote. Why don't you rain dance back to the commune cookie? For God's sake, stop dressing like Prince. Then there's this clown answering questions to the best of her ability. Just
And are you guys going to delete the White House Twitter account?
Why would we do that?
Well, you're saying that you're keeping an eye on Twitter because it might not be a suitable platform, so why use it?
Look, I want to be very clear here. The president has always said, and he has been very clear in his belief that it is important of social media platforms to continue to take steps to reduce hate speech and misinformation.
Well, this lady looks down more often than someone trying on new shoes. She must say the site. She says the site must reduce hate speech and misinformation. Oddly, though, it's the left that seems to corner that market. But Elon's not just pissing off these bozos. The EU has threatened to ban Twitter unless he abides by strict rules on content moderation. The European head told Musk he must adhere to a checklist of rules, including ditching an arbitrary approach to reinstating banned users. What does that mean? Pursuing disinformation aggressively and agreeing to extensive independent audits by next year, or else. Well, I guess this idiot forgot that although Twitter is global, it's still as American as cinnamon Pop-Tarts and 4th of July mattress sales. Which makes me wonder, how do you say blow it out your ass in German, French, Italian, Spanish, Swedish, and Polish? Welcome tonight's guest. He's like Japan's kamikazes. Most of his pilots go down in flames. TV writer and producer Rob Law. This former Fox anchor could make your heart sing. Author of the great book, Write Your Own Story, How I Took Control by Letting Go. That's not about bladder control. Nadia Brown. He's put more clap crowds to sleep than a gas leak. Writer and comedian Joe DeVito. Yeah. He's like a stray cat. Small, cold, and often sleeps on the floor of a bodega. Fox News contributor Cat Tip. So, Rob, it appears you just got back from your audition for that hearing aid commercial.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, so
Did you express enough anger that these things are so expensive, but they just don't work?
you know, Greg, I want to tell you about my self-lubricating catheter.
What happened to the self-lubricating catheter?
Apparently, they not only didn't work, they killed the people.
Why did they work so well? They weren't needed anymore.
That's right. They were so great that the money you saved, you could buy gold or silver.
On top of the reverse mortgage, you're the
but that's why I can afford these fancy cardigans.
Yes.
My favorite's the lady who's like, I thought I already had Medicare.
That's Matt and Marge.
Yeah, Martha, hello.
Martha, yeah, we're getting on the show. So, Rob, wow, what were we talking about? Trying to stay focused. I think, are you seeing people that actually fear that they're losing control of the narratives that were being fed to them? It's like, they're like a bird and somebody took the bird feeder away. Isn't that great from Twitter?
Yeah, that's what I did. Oh, wow. I understand why you're so successful. You came up with that. No, actually, here's what I honestly think. I get it. He's pissing off the right kind of people. But he does have a problem, which is that he needs advertisers. Those are the customers of Twitter. So he's starting to realize that you can have a lot of fun, and you start to have arguments with people for free. Like Elizabeth Warren, he used to have an argument with her for free. They're all having fun. He has to pay his creditors every quarter.
Yeah.
Cash.
That's why he's going to do. That's why he's going to get people to pay.
It's not enough. He made a mistake, and he's trying to get out of it.
All right. So somehow you, Rob Long, producer of what show?
It doesn't matter.
Is saying that a billionaire, the richest man alive, has made a mistake in a business decision.
Look, only a brilliant genius could make a mistake and be the stuff. I really believe that. Only somebody that smart. He just is smart, and no one around him said, hey, don't do this. But he mortgaged the crowns, the things he did, which is amazing. He built a car company.
Yeah.
It didn't exist. He invented a whole new kind of car. It's crazy. He's an incredibly genius, talented guy. But Twitter is a toy and a media company, and it's very different, and he's discovering that.
Somebody's very cocky after getting that new hearing aid.
Let me tell you something. With my magic burgundy cardigan, I can see the future.
Yeah. You know, and also you seem so loose after all that relief factor.
Well, what's amazing now is the pens, they make them, they're really their full body. Full body. So I can be here all day.
How's the book doing?
Oh, it's doing fine, mainly thanks to you.
Yes, I was hoping you'd say that. If you haven't purchased her book, go on Amazon and buy her book. It's an exciting read from the first page on. The whole chapter on our red-eye days. It's kind of interesting. What's your take on Elon Musk so far? And feel free to trash Rob Long's take.
So Elon Musk has readily acknowledged that Twitter does need some controls in place, and he's putting them where they belong. For example, child porn, an area where apparently the previous owners did not do a good job. Apparently child porn is being exchanged openly.
Yeah, that's true.
He's putting controls there. He understands we need to stop incitement to violence. These things he's controlling.
Okay,
but then this EU Commissioner Breton adds on, well, we also have to aggressively fight against disinformation. No. Actually, no, that is not your job. You cannot be the arbiters of truth, and in fact, what's called disinformation by one person actually turns out to be true many times, as we saw with Hunter Biden's laptop, which conveniently they admitted was actually legitimate after the election. So, he's controlling the right things. And also, talking about him like he's some right-wing extremist. The guy was a Democrat until recently.
Yeah, and everybody loved it when he did the car. You know what? I think you had your balance of nature. It's either that or the beats. You know what? I'm just wondering, how many college students did you trick into your van telling them you were a professor?
Hi, baby.
Not enough, if you ask me. I have been a little off ever since I drank that water from Camp Lejeune.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. They're actually real. It's not they're real. They're just expensive.
Elizabeth Warren.
Yeah. They're like thousands of dollars.
Like calling out
It's wild.
Lending or
Low cash?
No.
That personally.
It's like a big
absurd,
cat.
the anger that it
No,
shows
no,
the
no.
left that they can't even tolerate the idea that a different opinion exists, let alone engage with it. If you don't like the platform, don't go on it. Am I in Pinterest? No. Am I in TikTok? No. Am I in OnlyFans?
I'm sure we can find something.
Pinterest is so weird. What is
No. Those are for Christmas, or I'm just gonna fucking rip all the presents open and burn them in a fire.
That usually doesn't stop.
No, those are for. Okay, that's. I'm not gonna be happy about that because it's for Christmas. You're gonna be a dick because I don't want you to eat that. I have other shit we can have, but whatever. Okay. You be you.
I'm the only ones who notice it, and people are gonna be like, oh, well, I mean, look.
You know what? This is the...
And honestly...
You put up a picture of Boris...
It's mean.
Boris Johnson, and you're like...
You know what's meaner is that she's involved in the conspiracy of the government stealing my money. That's what's mean. I can't say enough bad things about people who are involved in that.
You mean the Fed?
The Fed. All of them.
All of them.
The Fed.
Not just the plural Fed.
The Fed.
Yeah. What do you feel about Elon? I got to roll, but I want to get your thoughts in general.
I mean, it's been crazy how it's been melting down so much, but also so much the same. Because all of the people are complaining about how they can't do that anymore, or they're doing it on Twitter.
Exactly.
Largely.
In 99% of people over 50, it's lying dormant, waiting, and could reactivate. Shingles strikes is a painful, blistering rash that can last for weeks, and it could wake at any time. Think you are not at risk for shingles? It's time to wake up, because shingles could wake up in you. If you're over 50, talk to your doctor or pharmacist about shingles prevention.
Hi, folks. This is important. It's the Medicare annual enrollment period when you find out if your Medicare Advantage plan will change coverage and benefits for all of next year. Fact is, your prescription and dental benefits, your co-pays, and your doctor network can be different than your current coverage. Call the free Medicare coverage helpline to confirm if you will have the same coverage next year. Plus, you can check to see if your plan has any new options like the benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every month. AEP has a deadline, so don't delay, call now.
I call every year to see if my dental benefits changed, make sure my copays won't go up, and that my doctor is still covered.
I call to see if I'm eligible for a plan that adds money back to my Social Security check.
I call to make sure my doctors are still in my plan.
Folks, it's simple. 1, call the number at the bottom of your screen. 2, check the changes to your coverage and see if your zip code has a new plan with lower copays, better prescription and dental coverage, and the benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every month. 3, you'll find out the changes to your coverage and what Medicare plans you're now eligible for. Call and get what you deserve.
I call to make sure my plan's copays won't go up. I call to see if I'm eligible for a plan that adds money back to my Social Security check.
I called to find a plan with lower copays and more dental coverage.
I call every year to make sure my doctor is still in my plan.
Call to find out the changes to your coverage and what you're now eligible for. Millions of people have called the Medicare coverage helpline. You should too. AEP has a deadline, so don't delay. Call now.
Call 1-800-611-5600. That's 1-800-611-5600 now.
The global fallout. Get the full impact of the challenges abroad and our foreign policies are up to task. Shannon breaks it all down on Fox News Sunday. Doing your best to eat healthy? Try Smarter Greens from Force Factor. With more than 40 superfoods for better energy, immunity, digestion, and heart health. Great nutrition is easy and affordable with Smarter Greens. Rush to Walmart for Smarter Greens from Force Factor.
This is Fubo TV. It's a better way to watch live news, shows, and sports without cable. Watch multiple games at once with multi-view. Try free at FuboTV.com.
I'm not a doctor. I'm not even in a doctor's office. I'm standing on the street talking to real people about their heart. How's your heart?
My heart's pretty good.
You sure?
I think so.
How do you know? You're driving a car, you have to check engine light. But the heart doesn't have a hey, check heart sign. I want to show you something. Put both fingers right on those pads. There you go. In 30 seconds, we're going to have a medical grade EKG reading. There it is. That is you. Look at that.
With KardioMobile, the FDA-cleared personal EKG device, you can take a medical-grade EKG in just 30 seconds from anywhere. KardioMobile is proven to detect atrial fibrillation, one of the leading causes of stroke, and it's the only personal EKG that can also detect normal heart rhythm, bradycardia, and tachycardia.
How much do you think this device costs? Probably $1,000. $99.
Wow, that's impressive.
For a limited time only, KardioMobile is just $79. Don't wait. Order today on Amazon or KardioMobile.com.
This high-tech commode can't handle a load. Yep, as expected, we've got the scoop on San Francisco's problem with poop. So here's the story about a magical toilet with a tragic ending. And it's not the time I got trapped in a porta potty at the Lilith Fair. Takes place where excrement flows like chocolate wine in the streets of San Francisco. Last week, the city unveiled a new self-cleaning public toilet. It's the most photographed toilet since that stall in the Central Park men's room where I installed a tripod. It's the first of 25 modernized replacements for public toilets built in the 90s, and it was ready to handle the biggest load of crap from California since the Red Hot Chili Peppers. It's supposed to be indestructible. The press called it the future of public toilets. But what makes this story so fascinating is the majestic manner in which it's portrayed in a video from the City Public Works Department.
The concept was to create something more contemporary that reflects to today's need and want, and we wanted to build something designed for our generation.
So we wanted to design something that was somewhat universal, that actually figuratively and literally reflected the neighborhoods that it's in.
It's about the beauty, the people, the light, the views.
We also wanted it to tell a larger story, a story about arts and technology, a story about design culture and the forward thinking of San Francisco.
It's like they're explaining a brand new cultural museum of the arts. Of the arts, I'd say. I wonder if they were using the similar inside dimension of the existing toilet.
So we were using the similar inside dimensions of the existing toilets. So that began to set the nature of the shape of the element itself. We wanted to be very sculptural. We wanted to be able to be somewhat curved and rounded, so it created interesting reflections at different angles. We wanted it to be very maintainable. We wanted it to not show fingerprints, and we didn't want it to show scratches.
And then the most challenging of all, once we've done that, it was to curve every panel. Curving a panel of steel, it's complex, but it's been done time and time and time again.
You know, when I'm taking a dump, the thing that I always think about is, why aren't these walls curved? Well, thank God for that. But what about the design inside? Did you work on that?
We worked on the design inside. We wanted something that was more inviting, pleasant, bright, sanitary. At the same time, over the years, we have developed new cleaning mechanism.
The cleaning cycle is a little different. So it actually has like a UV light filtration system for the air floor washing cycle. In certain locations we do have attendants or monitors that help keep the area clean, safe, and also explain how it works for people that might not know.
Wait, so after all this, it requires an attendant. That poor woman. They gotta just cover her in plexiglass. But let's be clear, it's not just a restroom.
not just a restroom. They're sculpture that's out on the street, and that's for everybody.
This is a really important public infrastructure project that's going to last a generation.
Last a generation? Well, not so fast, disembodied lady. Just 3 days after it was installed, the toilet broke down faster than Cat at a psychic reading. Apparently, the thing got stuck during its self-cleaning cycle. That happens to me all the time. Keeps me limber. So in conclusion, taxpayer money was blown on a high-tech throne. At least now we know why Californians still want to wear masks. It's one of my favorite topics of all time, Joe DeVito. They were so proud of their toilet that they made a video that probably cost more than the bathroom you use at home.
Yes.
If you indeed have a bathroom at your...
It's more of a litter box, but thanks for asking. This story could not have been any more San Francisco if it had broken down because women were leaving the seat up.
Yeah.
It would have been... it's so absurd, but could there be a city more in need of really high-quality public toilets in San Francisco? You've got the hills getting everyone's bowels activated.
Yes.
You've got the vegans have diarrhea. The junkies are constipated, need a place to shoot up. They spend all this money, make this video like it's the space shuttle. It's an outhouse. This is what the government does. You need planks, you cut the crescent in the door, you're done. That should have been the end of it.
I love the whole idea of the cutout crescent, Cat, because it was it's kind of a nice, elegant touch, although it also allows air to go in and go out, so, you don't choke on your own stench. But that's another story for another time, Cat.
Yeah.
Why is everything in San Francisco so poop-centric? Why don't they just change it to Gutfeldistan?
I think that you view everything through a poop lens, so that's why it seems that way. It's not. It's a failure of big government, obviously. It's their job to build these toilets. There's no competition. It doesn't matter if it works or not. They made a lot of promises. They said this was changing the future of toilets. They said there's going to be 24 of these, and that they'd be way easier to clean. And the last part's true because nothing's easier to keep clean than something that doesn't exist.
Understood.
Yeah, that's why my house is always spotless. I don't have one.
PAB, I'm going to defend them and say that, new products are always way complicated. I remember in the 80s and the 90s, the printer in your office had its own printer repairman. Remember, he's always in there on his knees, sees crack. He's always pulling accordion-like paper out and just grumbling about the coworkers.
I wish I worked here back then.
No, it was amazing. So, did they just overcomplicate what is in essence an outhouse?
Absolutely, but it's definitely concerning that they couldn't get it right. Let me just get this straight. Wasn't it yesterday, literally, that you were reporting that San Francisco has now approved killer robots that are literally authorized to kill people under certain scenarios? We find out literally 24 hours later that they can't get a self-cleaning toilet to work. This might not end well.
Yes, that's true. That's true. If they can't handle this, they can't be making killer robots. What if they combine the two? Like it was a mobile toilet rob that also shot people who didn't flush. Shot them from below.
What are we doing here? We should be pitching this.
Yeah, I think this would be your most successful pilot.
Well, probably would be. Not to say he would ever get on the air. I just love the idea that there's a French guy who said, what do they want? They want to take an expensive dump? Okay, I designed that for them.
His accent was pretty amazing.
But look, I also feel like there's a bigger problem here, right? They are looking, and San Francisco has a lot of homeless people. There's a lot of defecation on the street, a lot of people living on the street. So their solution to that problem was, let's build a really nice toilet for them on the street, rather than crazy thought. We did something to get them off of the street, so that all of the things that we all do in private, they could do somewhere else, not in a $2 million steel cube, right?
Yeah.
That was a classic, solution that isn't a solution to a really big problem. And also, you look at that thing, and it's on the first day it looks great, but it's a white shirt at an Italian restaurant. 20 minutes, that thing's going to be unusable.
All right, Next, he took all the merch he could drag, while a Biden official swiped the prices back.
Type 2 diabetes? Discover the power of 3 in the Ozempic Trizone.
In my Ozempic Trizone, I lowered my A1C, CV risk, and lost some weight.
Ozempic provides powerful A1C reduction. In studies, the majority of people reached an A1C under 7 and maintained it. Ozempic lowers the risk of major cardiovascular events, such as stroke, heart attack, or death, in adults also with known heart disease. And you may lose weight. Adults lost up to 14 pounds. Ozempic isn't for people with type 1 diabetes. Don't share needles or pens or reuse needles. Don't take Ozempic if you or your family ever had medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple intraneoplasia syndrome type 2 or are allergic to it. Stop Ozempic and get medical help right away if you have swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or an allergic reaction. Serious side effects may include
Anything that you put in this car, I'll pay for it. You can fill it up as much as you can, put stuff on the bottom, and as long as you're able to push it, I will pay for everything. Do you have time? Let's fill this thing up and let's pay for it. What you get? Linda? I'm on. Tim? Alright, well, I'll follow you guys wherever you want to go. I guess once it gets heavy, I'll push it for you.
Ask your healthcare provider about the Ozempic.
Anything in the store. The store is your limit. You can buy a whole aisle of pickles if you want.
$25 for a 3-month prescription.
They got a lock on it.
Analyzing data from billions of emails offer suggestions that will improve engagement and revenue. Get less and sell more with Intuit Meal.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell.
Air fryer? Only because it's $69. I just like the number.
Get my digitally bed sheet for $29.98.
We're still going. I'm like holding stuff up. They're really maxing this one out. If anything falls, we have to put everything back. That's the rule. Oh, then we're done. There's still one test, though. We have to walk into the register without it falling. Alright, I just like tip over. Who's paying for this again?
The biggest discounts ever. I know my bedding products are perfect for you, and I'm extending my money-back guarantee for Christmas until March 1st, 2023, making them the perfect gift for your friends, your family, and everyone you know. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code and you'll get huge discounts on all my pillow bedding products, including my diesel-green bed sheets.
Enjoy. Anything you put in a grocery cart, I'll pay for it. Yeah. How's it going? What's your name? Angela. I'm Juan. Nice to meet you. Well, anything that you guys fit in this cart, I'll pay for it. You can literally stack it up to here and just can't fall out. You have to be able to push it. Alright, let's do it.
Check your zip code for Medicare Advantage.
They're trying to keep it healthy. That's the first item. The first item of
dental care, and the benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every month. It's free. You'll find out what you're eligible for. The annual enrollment period is the deadline. So don't delay, call now.
I called to find a plan that covers more of my dental expense. I called
That's not ridiculous. What's so ridiculous about that?
Still in my plan.
Evan Williams. Okay, that is ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
The benefit that adds money back to my Social Security check.
I called
to find out the changes to your plan and see if you're eligible for anything new. The annual enrollment period has a deadline, so don't delay, call now.
Call 1-800-439-4500. That's 1-800-439-4500 now.
Oh, this is
It's like they're just gonna shop with us and then leave, and we're gonna be so sad. They're like, okay, we got the content, we're leaving. Any bets on how much better? You get the number right.
Special holiday offer. Get $25 off plus a free fiber and fight with your first preferred order. Use discount code SPOT2.
Welcome back. A braised beef clears the shelves, while a Biden official helps themselves.
Yeah, anything that you can fit in this cart, I'll pay for it. Anything. What you coming for? Well, now let's fill it up to the brim that you allow me to pay for it. That's it. You guys got it? We got another candidate. There's only one rule: no gift cards and storage your limit. So many options of apples. Why can't they just give us like 2 options only? Green apples and red apples. Something a yellow here and there. You're gonna put a dent in the cart.
Literally strolled out the door of a Burlington Coat Factory, Kansas, with dozens of handbags, just like that on Black Friday. Well, at least he's getting his Christmas stealing done early. But you know, it serves the Coat Factory right. You're a Coat Factory, damn it, not a first factory. Stay in your lane. Guy didn't even bother hiding his face, proving crooks are becoming more brazen than ever. Cops are still trying to find him. My tip, look for the man covered in handbags.
Yeah, that's what we're doing today.
Speaking of men with purses, Sam Brinton, one of Biden's first non-binary officials, still has a job, but he's on leave, or them's on leave, whatever. After allegedly stealing a woman's suitcase from baggage claim back in September. Shocking, as person who looks like someone who already has a lot of baggage. At first, the Deputy Assistant Secretary for Space, Fuel, and Waste Disposition
Nice to meet you. Enjoy your stuff. Congrats on your new car. Well, it was so great to meet you guys. You guys are awesome. See ya.
Denied snatching the lady's bag, but then later admitted to it, saying it was a mistake. You know, as they say, bags do look alike. But...
Excuse me.
But typically the content will let you know if you got the wrong bag. But in Sam's case, he claimed the clothes were his. Also, Brinton never checked a bag before the flight, which makes walking off with a bag mighty strange. I mean, where does Sam think Sam is? The Burlington Coat Factory? And here's a totally unrelated photo of Sam getting into kinky puppy play. If you've ever wondered what the duties of Deputy Assistant Secretary of Spent Fuel and Waste Disposition are, now you know.
My Lord.
The only good news, he's housebroken. Patty Ann, this is an interesting story because no one is actually talking about it because they fear that they might be accused of
regular cookies with no peanut butter
or being transphobic. When it's just like if the guy is parading his identity out there, that doesn't give him immunity to commit crimes.
Yeah, I really don't care at all about his or her gender fluidity. However, I am concerned about how this guy got a job with the Department of Energy when clearly he's not very bright because, first of all, there were surveillance cameras everywhere, and as you say, he didn't even check a bag. He had no business even being in baggage claim. So he goes there and, just takes this bag, rips off the tag, puts the bag inside another bag, and leaves. Looks pretty much like not only is he not very bright, but also most likely a criminal, allegedly, if it's proven to be true. Well, how did this guy get a job at the Department of Energy?
Just a lot of misgendering going on. I'm not going to misgender Sam. I'm going to be respectful, use the pronouns, and say they as they see it. Let's do crimes in an airport. There's never any surveillance there. You never have more privacy than when you're traveling through an airport. What's Sam next gonna go steal off of a military base? And then, I didn't know it wasn't mine. Sam, there's video of me picking up the luggage tag, looking at it, seeing not your name, and putting it in your bag. I mean, Sam, come on.
Yeah, really.
Come on.
Rob, is America turned into a nation of thieves? I've seen
there's someone who's parked out here.
Special called
Yeah, because there was, I think, something going on
All
at the
I
firehouse
can
or
think is
something.
when I saw that picture of Sam is that new Matt Damon movie looks weird. Here's what I don't think that we are becoming a nation of thieves. Look, I think the country was set up by very smart people who know that we need rules and we need to have those rules enforced. The weirdest thing about the cat's right, it's weird to go into the airport. And if you're gonna do that, maybe don't look like a big old light bulb on a red dress. Kind of try to fit in a little bit if you're gonna steal.
Yeah.
But I do think that we are becoming a nation that is accepting. And we're starting to think okay, so yeah, they put everything behind the glass at the CVS, and yeah, some guy ran out with a sweater. All those little things get worse and worse and worse. And that's not a road we want to go down.
This is exactly right. I think even Tucker said this last week. He used to look at people who stole things as like the worst. Yeah. Because it destroys society's trust in people and community. If a neighbor stole something from you, they were no longer your neighbor. If a classmate stole something. But now, as Rob has stated, it's becoming like we're just accepting the fact that the people in our city The people that are on our streets steal, and you just have to accept it.
Yeah, and if you don't steal, you play by the rules. You feel like a sucker.
I know. That's why I'm stealing from you.
That's right. I wish you hadn't pointed out that Matt Damon thing, because now every time I look, I'm going to see good chill hunting staring back at me.
We'll find out.
I
remember
she's not a great looking woman. I have an issue with the lameness of the crime. He didn't check a bag. Like, I've had flights where I lost luggage. I've never had a flight where I gained luggage. So I think maybe this is part of the plan that they're putting people in government who are so screwed up they can't be blackmailed.
1/4 cup of yogurt for every egg substitute.
Dressed as this leather dog.
Yeah.
So 2 1/4
What are you going to
cups.
say that's going to make him say, "Oh, I wish people didn't know that about me"?
The Hunter Biden approach. I take everything. You can't find anything worse than I filmed, right? Oh, yes, we have this. Oh, well, I have this. That's a great game. Coming up, wokesters are certain there's racism in a show from Tim Burton.
Everyone goes to bed. Not everyone goes to sleep. Like so many of you, I have a really busy life. I couldn't turn off my brain to relax and sleep soundly. That all changed when I found Sleep by the Relief Factor Company, a 100% drug-free, non-addictive sleep supplement that leaves me feeling restored and rested. It's more than just a good night's rest. It's about how I feel the next day. I just love my energy, ability to focus, mood, and my zest for life. Get yours now for the introductory price of $19.95. Sleep better, feel better, and more rested. Call 1-800-4RELIEF to order now, or go to relieffactor.com/sleep. It not only helps me deal with stress and anxiety from lack of sleep, it calms my mind and allows me to wake up refreshed. Invest in yourself, invest in your peace of mind, and feel the difference with Sleep by the Relief Factor Company.
You ever feel like you're all alone and no one cares about you? I want you to know something. You're not alone. God cares about you. God loves you. And you don't have to ever be lonely again. Because Jesus Christ can come and live inside of your heart and be your Savior and your Lord. I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about a relationship with God. He's just a prayer away. You could just pray a prayer like this. Jesus, I want you to come into my life. Forgive me of my sin. I want to start this relationship with you now. You'll pray a prayer like that, God will hear it and answer it. And you can know that you'll have purpose in this life and hope in the life to come. And if you prayed that prayer, let me send you a Bible at no charge to help you get started in your relationship with God.
This is the sound of a gift that keeps it simple. No late-night assembly, no batteries required, no complications. An Omaha Steaks gift is easy to give and a joy to receive. This holiday, give the gift that's simply perfect. Just a little holiday wisdom from Omaha Steaks. Visit omahasteaks.com/TD to order the perfect gift today for just $99.99. And we'll include 8 burgers free.
At Interactive Brokers, independent RIAs work with the best research and trading tools designed to help them outperform the market. Meet them at Interactive Brokers Investors Marketplace for advisors. Advisors at Interactive Brokers keep all they earn on our low-cost platform, with no ticket fees or custody charges, low margin rates, and high interest earned on idle cash. To get better results, get a better platform. The best informed investors choose Interactive Brokers.
WeatherTech gift cards have the power to wow everyone on your holiday list, offering a variety of American-made products.
WeatherTech, nice.
Like floor liners, cargo liner, tablet holder, food tray, cup foam, sink mat, head feeding system, anti-fatigue comfort mat, and more. Order the WeatherTech gift card instantly for the perfect gift at WeatherTech.com.
Age comes with wisdom, and wisdom comes with benefits.
Dryer's broken.
Okay. You want a socket? That's a specially true when it comes to Medicare. So make the wise call and learn more about Cigna Medicare plans in your area. Their tools and resources make it simple and easy. Bears can smell Wi-Fi. Visit CignaWiseCall.com today. You want to flip it.
Wednesday is racist. Yes, once again, it's race-obsessed heroes who complain when black characters aren't heroes. Tim Burton and Netflix are facing accusations of racism over the casting of Burton's new show, Wednesday. Of course, that's a spin-off based on characters from the Addams Family. People are offended that black actors were cast in bad guy roles, such as the mean girl at school, the corrupt mayor, and that mayor's bully son. A lot of the criticism took place on Twitter, that evil place where weightlifters spread disinformation about my back hair. Get past it. I guess if Burton wanted to be anti-racist, he should have limited auditions for villain roles to white people only. Sure, it would steal jobs from blacks, but it beats being paid a ton of money to play a fictional villain in a wildly successful series, right? When asked for a comment, Burton's rep told the New York Post, quote, "I'm not forwarding a comment request this silly to Tim. However, apparently daylight savings time is racist." And he sent a link to that silly CNN article calling daylight savings racist. I like this guy. So is this show another example of wokesters insisting everything is racist? Although we didn't hear this criticism after Burton's early film, Edward Scissorhands. But then again, people with scissors for fingers aren't known for their tweets. I now turn to my all-white panel to discuss. Kat, what do you make of their response? I like the cut of their jib. And I already know what a jib is.
Yeah. Well, because it doesn't matter. People would have been upset either way. If he would have done a movie with all black characters and it's all about racism and struggles of race, people would be like, what does Tim Burton know about what it's like to live life as a black person? Instead of you writing those characters. So I guess if they responded, I think it'd be better to just not respond at all.
Yeah, well,
don't even give it.
I know, but then we wouldn't have this segment.
Right.
She doesn't get this, Rob. This is television. Doesn't get show business. All I want is a couple of tweets. I can make anything out of it.
Convinced that wolf might not be real. It's just all people who work for Fox and Friends.
They get up so early and they put this stuff out there and they all feed on it.
If there was no poop and no woke, you'd be in big.
Yes. I can find a story that combines that, and it's amazing. Rob, you claim to work in TV.
I do.
Do you ever?
Yes.
Yeah. Do you ever consider that something should be a certain race? Like I have too many white villains or too many black villains?
No. Look, every black actor, I know a lot of black actors.
Must be nice.
Good for you.
Yeah. And what they want is they want to work.
Yeah.
On TV shows. And have great parts. That's what they want. And the best parts, everyone knows, are always the villains.
Yes.
Are always the bullies, the villains, the evil one. That's the part. Those are the parts you want.
I never want to play a good guy.
No, that's so boring. Though. Yeah, you like the best friend. Hey, Wednesday, how can I support you? Like, click.
Yeah.
And
by the way, that used to be the minority. That was always the minority was the best friend because they had to be so wholesome. You know, and they go, remember, it was like your African American cool best friend who has all the answers. It was so racist.
Right.
Do it. And now this is a sign of anti-racism.
There is no working black actor in show business. All East Coast, West Coast, who wouldn't love any of those roles in a Tim Burton show. But period. And it's these weird little caviling, criticizing tweeters that are like get real. Like if you're actually in the business, you want to have the good roles.
In the business, huh? I guess that makes it okay for him to be racist.
Yeah.
All the blacks like it this way. Okay, white guy.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I disowned that commentary. Although I secretly agree with him. Anyway.
Try not to say the before black. That doesn't help.
Yeah. You know, the Jews told me that.
I will not be watching this on Netflix because because my parents changed the password. It's so lame that they do this, that this is, and this is, like you said, the actors want good roles, and it's unfair. I nailed that audition for Wakanda Forever. Don't hear me complaining about it. But you're right, it's the bad guys you want to be, and I haven't seen it, but they said one of the black characters runs a pilgrim-themed park or something. That's hilarious. How do you not get that as a joke?
Yeah.
That you have a black
It is
pilgrim.
funny. It's
That's
funny.
like a black pilgrim going, and the Indians are actual Indian people.
Yeah.
That would be hilarious if you did that.
Last word to you, PAB.
You just can't win. You can't win. I love this William Morris rep who said, oh, daylight savings time is racist. And he went on to say, and you know, we shot this thing in Romania, which uses daylight savings time. So I guess that's really your angle.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine being a PR person in this day and age in which the woke questions you have to answer.
Yeah, but you know what? They're part of it too.
Well,
PR people, HR people, just people with R's.
Only ours.
All right, we gotta move on. Up next, spills, stains, and spots. The average couch has seen a lot.
I'm Tim Lanius, VP of Strategy at AmericanEagle.com. Our clients have complex website and digital needs. Asian culinary brand P.F. Chang's needed to reduce technical debt, improve ADA accessibility, and enable their marketing team to deliver a great user experience for their customers. We solve digital challenges like this all the time. We integrated multiple systems and implemented a new digital experience for P.F. Chang's, resulting in improved performance. For complete website and digital solutions, come to AmericanEagle.com.
I'm not a doctor. I'm not even in a doctor's office. I'm standing on the street talking to real people about their heart. How's your heart?
My heart's pretty good.
You sure?
I think so.
Okay, there's...
Driving a car, you have to check engine light. But the heart doesn't have a hey, check heart sign. I want to show you something. Put both fingers right on those pads. There you go. In 30 seconds, we're going to have a medical grade EKG reading. There it is. That is you.
With KardioMobile, the FDA-cleared personal EKG device, you can take a medical-grade EKG in just 30 seconds from anywhere. KardioMobile is proven to detect atrial fibrillation, one of the leading causes of stroke, and it's the only personal EKG that can also detect normal heart rhythm, bradycardia, and tachycardia.
How much do you think this device costs? $99.
Wow, that's impressive.
Then you gotta
For a limited
try.
time only, KardioMobile is just $79. Don't wait. Order today on Amazon or KardioMobile.com.
As we get older, our body starts to deteriorate. Not only you can keep it fresh is to rejuvenate it, but you can't eat enough fruits and vegetables. I believe balance in nature works because I've seen it work. There has been a change in my workouts, and you want to keep going and take balance in nature because that's what I'm going to do. I'll take it forever.
As a special holiday offer, get $25 off plus a free fiber and spice with your first preferred order. Use discount code FOXNEWS.
Sunday, China's mass protests. Gordon Chang on the global fallout. Plus, Richard Goldberg on continued unrest in Iran on the next Life, Liberty, and the Bend.
Do you listen to the TV on high volume or have trouble hearing conversations? Then you would benefit from hearing aids. Don't waste thousands on expensive hearing aids when you can get Nano's revolutionary technology for just $297. Don't be fooled by higher-priced hearing aids. The CIC Recharge is a true hearing aid, not an amplifier. With rechargeable technology many customers say is superior to more expensive models. Call now and get not one, but two Nano hearing aids for just $297. Plus, we'll add a portable charging case and ship your order absolutely free. The CIC Recharge has a tiny, in-the-ear canal design that is nearly invisible. Why keep missing out on important conversations or waste thousands of dollars? Call and get two CIC Recharge hearing aids for only $297 and free shipping. 800-325-4991. Again, that's 800-325-4991.
We all know that we'll eventually need a will. Eventually. How about right now? Trust and Will has taken the process of creating your will and made it easy. Like while you're lounging on the couch, even. Trust and Will is designed by attorneys, but customized by you. One question at a time. All documents are state-specific, legally valid, and start at just $159. That's not a typo. Find the plan that's right for you at trustandwill.com.
A story in 5 words.
The life of a sofa. So, Kat, a new study finds that the average couch has seen 311 arguments, 316 drink spills, and 286 instances of makeup sex.
Okay.
Yeah. But you know what? It doesn't say the time frame.
Yeah, also, how do you calculate it?
I don't know.
I've never bought a couch. I've had one once. Kennedy gifted a couch to me when I was living alone because my apartment was furnished only with 2 lawn chairs.
Yeah.
That's the worst name dropping ever, by the way.
No, I'm not name dropping. I'm about to get disgusting. No, that couch was stupid. Like, I don't know where it is now, but I bet it, like, disintegrated.
Yeah, yes. By the way,
Like the Wicked Witch with water. As soon as it touched the outside air in, like, a decent area.
by the way, it wasn't Kennedy. It was Robert F. Kennedy.
Oh.
We're really close.
Yeah, that's amazing. What is your sofa scene, Rob? You're quite the chef. I bet you spill a lot of food on it.
Yeah, there's a lot of food.
Yeah.
I just feel like they should take those sofas and put those in the San Francisco toilet and solve 2 problems at once.
There you go.
But how do you know? Are people counting how many times they have sex on the couch?
It's strange. I think they just
That's pretty sad.
They just estimated this. I guess it has to be a yearly thing, Patty Ann Brown. They said the sofa swallows the remote 346 times. I guess they're probably doing this over a year.
I can answer it, actually.
Sure.
It said somewhere in there that you have a couch for 8 years. So they're going with the 8-year average. But I'm with Kat. Every time I see these studies, I immediately wonder, how did they conduct this study? Did you keeping a log of how many times you argue? They have a number of times you
that I can log of.
Well, we talk about keeping a log in the V block. So.
True, different kind of log.
Try to not call back.
Also, swallowing the remote, is that a euphemism?
Yes, swallow. That's interesting.
I really...
Yeah, swallow the remote, Joe.
That seems like way too many arguments, way too much makeup sex. They should either see other people or see other couches.
Yeah. That's true. In fact, there are 311 arguments and 280 instances of makeup sex. That means there were 14, 20, 25 arguments.
Unresolved arguments.
Yes.
I do think the couch is a good place for makeup sex because that most of my sex is made up.
Nicely done. And on that note, well done, Professor. I hope you ask me to stay after class. All right, don't go away. We'll be right back.
The virus that causes shingles is sleeping in 99% of people over 50. It's lying dormant, waiting, and could reactivate. Shingles strikes as a painful, blistering rash that can last for weeks, and it could wake at any time. Think you are not at risk for shingles? It's time to wake up, because shingles could wake up in you. If you're over 50, talk to your doctor or pharmacist about shingles prevention.
Hi, folks. This is important. It's the Medicare annual enrollment period when you find out if your Medicare Advantage plan will change coverage and benefits for all of next year. Fact is, your prescription and dental benefits, your co-pays, and your doctor network can be different than your current coverage. Call the free Medicare coverage helpline to confirm if you will have the same coverage next year. Plus, you can check to see if your plan has any new options like the benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every month. AEP has a deadline, so don't delay, call now.
I call every year to see if my dental benefits changed, make sure my copays won't go up, and that my doctor is still covered.
I call to see if I'm eligible for a plan that adds money back to my Social Security check.
I call to make sure my doctors are still in my plan.
Folks, it's simple. 1, call the number at the bottom of your screen. 2, check the changes to your coverage and see if your zip code has a new plan with lower copays, better prescription and dental coverage, and the benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every month. 3, you'll find out the changes to your coverage and what Medicare plans you're now eligible for. Call and get what you deserve.
I call to
make sure my plan's copays won't go up. I called to see if I'm eligible for a plan that adds money back to my Social Security check.
I called to find a plan with lower copays and more dental coverage.
I call every year to make sure my doctor is still in my plan.
Call to find out the changes to your coverage and what you're now eligible for. Millions of people have called the Medicare coverage helpline. You should too. AEP has a deadline, so don't delay. Call now.
Call 1-800-611-5600. That's 1-800-611-5600 now.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm
Well done
excited
here.
to announce my original My Slippers are back in stock. Last Christmas,
No,
you made them the #1 selling My Pillow product, and now I've added smaller sizes, larger sizes, wide sizes, and all new colors. And with your promo code, you still save $90 a pair. What makes My Slippers different is my exclusive 4-layer design that you're not going to find in any other slippers. My Slippers patented layers make them ultra comfortable, extremely durable, and they help relieve stress on your feet. Wear them anytime, anywhere. You'll absolutely love My Slippers, and I'm extending my 60-day money-back guarantee until March 1st, 2023, making them the best Christmas gifts ever. So go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen now. Use your promo code to save $90 on my original My Slippers. That's only $49.98 a pair. Quantities won't last long, so please order now.
Some things leave you guessing. MailChimp takes the guesswork out of email marketing by analyzing data from billions of emails to offer suggestions on how to improve engagement and revenue. Guess less and sell more with Intuit MailChimp.
One of my favorite supplements is quinol turmeric. Turmeric helps with healthy joints and inflammation support. Unlike regular turmeric supplements, quinol's superior absorption helps me get the full benefits of turmeric. The brand I trust is quinol.
First up, happy birthday, Joe DeVito. Thank you. Brown, Rob Long, Joe DeVito, guess it. Our studio audience about Tuesday night with Dreamy Taste. Hi, everyone, get pumped up. It is Saturday night, and it is time for One Nation. I'm Brian Kilmeade. Amongst our guests tonight, we got Sid Rosenberg here to talk about this new policy they have in New York. Actually arresting the insane homeless people on the street. Even if they don't want to be arrested, of course, put in facilities. And Jim Jordan, what really would happen behind closed doors for Tim Cook of Apple. But we begin here. The morality of America's foreign policy. Where has it gone? You know, traditionally, the United States has always stood for freedom and liberty, a symbol for those who aspire it and denied it abroad. Heck, even Joe Biden promised to stick with that tradition of our great nation early in his presidency.
Diplomacy is back. You are the center of all that I intend to do. Integrity in all you do. Standing up for democracy and human rights around the world.
Yeah, it sounded good, right? Who's that, Joe? Instead of engaging and encouraging the people in need, we are encouraging our enemies at the helm. Venezuela, for example, a nation proven to be the best at creating refugees and repression. We've eased oil sanctions and allowed Chevron to drill, signaling to the people struggling under Maduro's horrible regime that we are not with the people, we're with the prophet. In Iran, a ruthless country that would rather kill every one of its citizens than give them any human rights. We've done so very little. If nothing to hold them accountable and the regime accountable for the way they treat their own people. Even as their people chant in their streets and our phrase, actually quoting Patrick Henry, saying this, give me liberty or give me death. They're quoting a great American. Where's a great America? For President Biden, he has prioritized a terrible, outdated nuke deal over our ideal, perhaps, if there is a plan. And in China, we never looked so weak. We watch passively as China's zero COVID policy has them welding families into their houses, starving them in their apartments, smashing their protesters to the ground. Look at it. We are displaying caution instead of stern warning. What happened to America's moral compass? When we took a look back in history, we always tried to find peace in the past, while the rest of the world was going to war without going to war. For example, 1953. President Dwight Eisenhower inspired freedom as the uprisings began to foment itself behind the Iron Curtain. Why?
Occasional pages of history, you record the faces of the great destroyers. But the whole book of history reveals mankind's never-ending quest for peace and mankind's God-given capacity to grow. My country wants to be constructive, not destructive. It wants agreement, not wars.
What happened to that guy? 1968, LBJ projected hope following the Soviet military intervention into then Czechoslovakia, saying, quote, "It's never too late to prevail," while still urging their communist allies to lead. In the name of mankind, he went on to say, "Hope for peace. I call on the Soviet Union and its associates to withdraw their troops from Czechoslovakia." All right, 1987, when the fight over the Berlin Wall was raging, Ronald Reagan expressed solidarity with freedom-seeking Eastern Europeans, while still standing up to General Secretary of the Communist Party at that time, Mikhail Gorbachev.
I address my remarks to you just as surely as to those standing here before me. For I join you, as I join your fellow countrymen in the West, in this firm, this unalterable belief, es gibt nur ein Berlin. Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall.
As a country, we always spoke out against what we felt was fundamentally wrong and always spoke in support of what we thought was fundamentally right. Standing for freedom and liberty even led to wars in Korea and Vietnam. Some say we overstepped there, but our goal was never to run a country that allowed the people of that nation to run their own country. I'm not saying we should overthrow governments, bomb nations, and start wars when we see oppression and abuse. But we should aspire to inspire liberty, freedom, and peace to the rest of the world like we once did. We should provide the hope and a barometer for what these other countries can accomplish and achieve. Because freedom and liberty should be right for all human beings. And for almost 250 years, we have been the one nation to aspire to get it right and inspire others to want to follow America's path. Why stop now? Joining me now to comment on this and so much more, the founder of Lead for America and former House Intelligence Chairperson with the rich FBI background, Mike Rogers. Mike, great to see you.
Brian, great to see you.
Am I living in another era, or can we go back to the way we used to do things?
Well, we absolutely have to go back to the way we used to do things, and that was exude strength and confidence. And think about where we are today, Brian. I mean, that weakness, American leadership matters. And when you see what's happening today, the world perceives it. North Korea firing more missiles than ever in the last few months. Why? They perceive America as a little bit weaker. It doesn't have the resolve, and their backbone is not where it used to be. You think about Iran using proxy fights all across the Middle East, and they're stepping that up. Why? They see America as weak, and their backbone isn't what it used to be. The reason that Putin believed he could go in Ukraine is because the weakness of the administration and how they're portraying themselves in our country around the world. And Brian, I have to tell you, this is the time. We don't have 2 more years or 4 more years. We have the biggest existential threat coming at the United States, which is a competitive, strategic competition with China that's coming right at us. And we have got to get ourselves ready for it. And you don't do that by weakness, waffling, and hand-wringing. It just doesn't work.
Yeah, I'm not looking to bomb China, but come out with a strong statement about the people that were being abused for the last 2.5 years for a virus that they inflicted on the world. They actually, in a statement to us, cited the fentanyl deaths in America as our weakness. They created the fentanyl.
Yeah, and they're getting it into the hands of Mexican drug lords who are smuggling across our southern border. And so here's the thing, Brian, if you look at it, we have this strategic competitor coming up on our heels here that wants to take the United States off the stage. And again, this is not a military confrontation, but think about what we have to do to get our act together and what the policies of the Biden administration are today and how incongruent they are from getting this done. I mean, we're spending $1 billion a day nearly on interest on our national debt because they've spent so much money and, by the way, wasted a ton of it. And if you think about that, we got to get in shape for this fight with China. It's coming up, right? We have to get in shape for this. If you think about it, when thrown in the ring, we're in terrible shape. We're spending $1 billion a day on interest on the debt. You know, my dad used to say, listen, you can't spend yourself rich and you can't drink yourself sober. You think about what they're trying to do to the United States, they're just doubling down on this, and we've got to do better for the American people going forward.
So, all right, let's talk about 2024, and President Biden looks like he's going to run. They say they have a blueprint for him to do it, to be like a statesman, make fundraisers, make strategic appearances, but for the most part, run through his surrogates on his past record. Can that be effective, and how should Republicans respond to that challenge?
Well, first of all, it tells you exactly their mindset about not getting ready and girding ourselves for this great competition. Again, remember, China is now the second largest economy, the largest population. They're increasing and investing in their nuclear weapons arsenal, right? So they're getting ready. The Chinese Navy surpassed the U.S. Navy in the number of ships a couple of years ago. They're teaching their 8th graders.
Right. Focus on the election in particular.
No, I know, but if you exude confidence before that, what they're doing is coasting and telling, they're going along with this notion that we can put our candidates in the basement and have them do a few waves in a parade and let the country just kind of lumber along. Right? We don't have that luxury anymore. We have this competitors coming at us. And listen, this is our opportunity as Republicans. Listen, this last election showed us something important. We have to do a better job of communicating how a limited government, conservative, free market approach to our problems works for the country and it works for average people who are sitting at the kitchen table wondering, what in God's green earth just happened to the United States? We have some work.
With your intelligence background, your congressional background, also you've been doing what I'm doing. As a commentator, can you see yourself in the mix for 2024?
Well, we started LEAD, Brian, and to try to help change the narrative on how we talk about how we get America to believe in America again, and how we get America to understand that we are bigger than our problem. But that's going to take time.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's the big cookie. It's fucking awesome.
You're a big cookie.
Motherfucker.
Aw, you're a big cookie. Let's chip.
Nice. I'm gonna take 2 of these bad boys.
You take 2 or
They're like pancake cookies. Fucking sweet. You never had one like that before.
About the things we've been arguing about for 50 years with nothing happening on the other end.
Absolutely.
Again, we just don't have a lot of time. We can't elect another president for 4 years to have kind of be the least prepared.
Any of them get crispy, they'd be really good with ice cream to go in the middle of manufacturing.
Thanks so much, Congressman. Great to see you.
Thanks, Brian.
Next, we will dive deeper on President Biden's resetting the world stage and his lack of support for Chinese protesters all week long. And coming up a little bit later in the show, talk radio show host, number 1 guy in the market, reacts to New York City's new plan to forcibly hospitalize the mentally ill, homeless, who are attacking New Yorkers who just want to get to work. And don't miss tonight's show, and don't forget to DVR One Nation every Saturday at 8 o'clock, and watch it the same night. It makes it more exciting.
This December, one to remember. Together. Happy holidays from Lexus. Trilogy for COPD.
If you're tired of staring down COPD,
It's a new dawn, it's a new day,
stop settling.
and I'm feeling
Start a new day with Trilogy. No once daily COPD medicine has the power to treat COPD in as many ways as Trilogy. With 3 medicines in 1 inhaler, Trilogy makes breathing easier for about 24 hours, improves lung function, and helps prevent future flare-ups. Trilogy won't replace a rescue inhaler for sudden breathing problems. Tell your doctor if you have a heart condition or high blood pressure before taking it. Do not take Trilogy more than prescribed. Trilogy may increase your risk of thrush, pneumonia, and osteoporosis. Call your doctor if worsening breathing, chest pain, mouth or tongue swelling, problems urinating, vision changes, or eye pain occur. Take a stand and start a new day with Trilogy. Ask your doctor about once daily Trilogy and save at Trilogy.com.
Oh, god damn it. The fucking hell.
most college football you can get. Stream up to 4 games at once with multi-streaming. Try it free at SuboTV.com. Hi, William Devane here. It's the Medicare National Enrollment Period, and this year it's single one. For the dentist, 2. Check your zip code for a Medicare Advantage. $0 per month prescription, dental care.
Year-old and 4 months. What the fuck?
Don't delay, call now.
I called to find a plan that covers more of my dental expenses.
I called to make sure my doctor is still in my plan. I called to see if my zip code has a plan with a benefit that adds money back to my Social Security. I call every year.
Call to find out the changes to your plan and see if you're eligible for anything new. The annual enrollment period has a deadline, so don't delay, call now.
Call 1-800-516-2500. That's 1-800-516-2500 now.
The coward comes from lack of action. And this is they look to us for moral certitude. They look to us for their fight.
Joe Biden ought to stand up and unequivocally stand with the people of China and say they deserve to be free, but this White House won't do that.
We're going to continue to ensure that China knows we'll stand up for people who are expressing themselves.
Tough talk from everyone except the White House about the unrest in the streets of China, who I'm sharing the screen with right now. Even Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, not known for strength, who is anything but admirable as a leader, showing how to say it. Biden staying mute right now about China's draconian zero COVID lockdown, telling us what we already know. He is weak on China.
So, any regrets? Any requests for the Undertaker? Oh, hell!
Yeah, thanks. People are risking their lives to stand up for freedom, and the leader of the free world walks away silently. Can these protests lead to a democratic freedom in communist China? Can we really do anything from the sidelines?
Filthy little rat.
Turning us down as CEO and director of the Hudson Institute China Center, Miles Lewis. Miles, are we inspired by our words from afar in China to those protesters? Do they care what we say from the mountains?
Absolutely, Brian. Thank you for having me. And I think, we Americans, Democrats and Republicans, should be very
just my luck. It happened again.
We use words like diplomacy, competition. Those are very certain words. But diplomacy does not necessarily mean that we're going to engage with the Chinese Communist Party dictators alone. America's biggest strength and our biggest leverage against the Chinese Communist Party is our power of inspiration. People in the streets of China are quoting
this little rat.
And the Communist Party hates the United States. They hate us for many reasons, but one of the most important reasons is that because they fear the Chinese people will be inspired by not only what we do, what we say, but also who we are, what we stand for. And that's why America's biggest leverage against China's Communist Party is not a secret behind diplomacy, but to have a direct, candid conversation with Chinese people, take sides on the Chinese side. Failing doing that is just a direct duty
filthy little rat
for us as Americans.
Right. Here's John Kirby. He had an opportunity to speak forcefully and muscularly, and this is what he chose to do.
We're on the side of peaceful protest. We're on the side of the individuals being able to freely assemble and to express their views, whatever those views are. We're not taking a side in terms of what these protesters are about.
Does that help?
Well, it's
not again.
A very nice way of saying that we are with the Chinese people, but we don't want to piss off the Chinese Communist Party. And we should be doing what Margaret Thatcher and Ronald Reagan did when the Polish people were rising up against communism. Margaret Thatcher went to meet in prison in the shipyard, and Ronald Reagan directly stand with huge difference. And what the Chinese people were actually aspiring to is precisely America's moral leadership. And we can no longer admire, we can no longer view this kind of a buzzword diplomacy.
Well, it worked out pretty good there, little,
Vanilla today. Wow, vanilla the other day.
little cookie maker.
Well, eggs are supposed to be good for you.
Just my luck. It happened again.
For now,
I ain't never seen that, Thor.
move to a facility. Does that mean the protesters kind of won? Is he beginning to break?
No, I mean, what happened is, COVID zero policy in China is draconian, but also it's just policy. Policy is not the cause of the protest. The anti-COVID zero policy is started the protest, but did not cause the protest. Much like Fort Sumter did not cause civil war, it started civil war. Or like Hitler's blitzkrieg against Poland did not cause World War II, but started World War II. And I think the policy in China can be changed. But even if they relent on the COVID policy, and the Communist Party dictatorship still is there, and anything similar to this
I'll wriggle out of this when I do.
Happen anytime. So I don't think this is just the end of all this social protest against China. The most popularly quoted used in China in this protest is 自由, that's freedom in Chinese. So that's why there's something much more fundamental, something much more ideological, and I think the Chinese people know it, and we have to take a very clear stand with the Chinese people.
I have so much respect because they know what they're facing, and they were chanting for President Xi to resign. Miles, you're the senior fellow director of the Hudson Institute China Center. Thanks so much for bringing us up to date with the place you were born. Have a great weekend, Miles.
Same to you. Thank you.
Coming up straight ahead, Appleton Cook meets behind closed doors with GOP lawmakers amid a lot of the airdrop drama in China. Congressman Jim Jordan was one of them that met with Cook. What did he hear? What does he know? He'll discuss it with us. In New York City's new homeless crackdown is raising eyebrows, and so is Will Smith's new apology
not again.
over infamous Oscar slap. Sid Rosenberg of Slap and Expert reacts to those two very related issues. At least that's where we booked him.
Untie me now!
Advil dual action fights pain two ways. Advil targets pain at the source, acetaminophen blocks pain signal. Advil dual action.
Not for me.
Ever wonder why they call it the American dream and not the American goal? Maybe it's because in dreams,
I'll wriggle out of this when I do.
Oh yeah.
All across the country, people are working hard to build a better future. But we're hard at work, helping them achieve financial freedom. We're proud to serve people everywhere and invest in the retirement they envision. From the plains to the coast, we help Americans invest for their future and help communities thrive. Invested in the future of Americans. BlackRock.
I would just say that Sarah Vital has given me a new normal, and after about 2 to 3 weeks, I already started to see changes.
Such a believer that the truth can change your quality of life.
You know, it's that you look 38 at 58, but I
Loving as many women as possible, try Serovital for 90 days.
Signs your life away, you know.
Go to tryserovital.com for free trial.
Hi, I'm Mark Finley. I'm very enthusiastic inventor of LifeBag, a simple rescue device that can save a child's life in a choking emergency. All these people will save with LifeBag. People may not realize that on average, 14 people a day die from choking-related incidents. Every 5 days, one of
God
those
damn it!
dies.
You really need to get shot.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and I'm excited to bring you my Giza Dream bed sheets for the best offer ever. We're all experiencing rising prices, but I was able to secure a limited amount of Giza cotton for
whatever
a great
it said
price.
on the poster,
And I'm
it's all
passing
right
those
there
savings
for you.
directly onto you. You can get my Giza Dream bed sheets for as low as $29.98 with your promo code. They're the most luxurious sheets ever, made with the world's best cotton. It's grown only in a region between the Sahara Desert, the Mediterranean, and the Nile River. I know my sheets are perfect for you, and I'm extending my 60-day money-back guarantee for Christmas until March 1st, 2023, making them the perfect gift for your friends, your family, and everyone you know. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save 50% on my Giza Dream bed sheets. That's as low as $29.98. Quantities are extremely limited at these amazing prices, so please order now.
When you can't watch, listen. Get the latest news, business, and news headlines on SiriusXM. Anytime, anywhere. Fox News Audio on SiriusXM. America is listening.
Jesus is right there! Welcome to Fox News Live. I'm Brian. In New York, just 3 days to go until Georgia's Senate runoff election between incumbent Democrat Raphael Warnock and Republican challenger Herschel Walker. More than 1 million people have voted so far. With the balance of power in the Senate at stake, both candidates have been campaigning furiously, hoping to mobilize voters for this crucial election. Early polling shows Warnock with a slight advantage over Walker as the two head into the home stretch of the race. Team USA heads home from Qatar. Its World Cup run came to an end this morning after just one knockout match. The U.S. lost 3-1 to the Netherlands, which rode a pair of first-half goals to a commanding finish. The Netherlands now faces Argentina next Friday in the first quarterfinal match. I'm Brian Yenis. Now back to One Nation. New York City Mayor Eric Adams facing major backlash for a new plan to fight out-of-control crime. Rid the streets of the mentally ill people. Sounds good, right? The mayor announcing police officers will take unhinged homeless into custody for psychiatric evaluations or hospitalizations. Think it's a good idea? Even if they don't want to go. The decision receiving some praise from residents and me while I was reading it alone, waiting to read the show. But then we find out the police department was blindsided. They had no idea who was doing it. The police chief wasn't at the press conference. My next guest left New York City because of just how bad things have been getting, but he has to work here. Talk radio host extraordinaire. He's #1 in the mornings. The author of Citizens United, Sid Rosenberg. Welcome back. Sid, I know you recently had dinner with the mayor. That's true, right? Having said that, did anything I just say was anything inaccurate, and does it bother you at all the way he did this?
Nothing was inaccurate. First of all, it's great to be here again. Thank you so much. I get more fan mail now than Hex 7 Waters combined this year.
I'd like to see food.
Well, I don't have it. But we talked mostly that night about crime in the city and education, but I will say this. I work with a guy every year. His name is Tony Oso, J.L. Blessings. For the 3rd consecutive year this year, Brian, I'm going to hand out knapsacks to the homeless. In these knapsacks is everything from